It's that time again. It's Saturday, which means only one thing. It's the Saturday edition of Car Stereo Talk, coming to you live from the sunny beaches of Clearwater, Florida. Yeah, baby. What more could you ask for? And here are your hosts, Dean and Fernando. Yeah. Anyways, we're here. Yep. Okay. Line this up here like this.
Whoa.
There you go. Perfect.
Where do you move it?
So we can center it up. Oh my gosh. Somebody left their toolbox right here. What the heck?
Amateurs.
Just be ashamed of yourself. Good day, everyone, and welcome to the Saturday show. I hope everyone had a fantastic week. That is for sure. Made it here, right? We all made it here. Good morning from Sydney, Australia. What's up? So hopefully everyone had a good week. How was your week, Fernando?
Oh, that was fantastic.
Raining in Fresno. Oh, that's so moist. Okay. I mean, hey, it's Saturday. I mean, what more can you ask for? If you're watching the NFL draft, go sports. Good evening from Athens. We had a really big storm last night. Seems like it's raining everywhere, except here. There is no rain here. I did get to go see The Accountant 2 last night. Took the girls, bought tickets.
Yeah.
It's so strange. Like, I haven't been to movies in a while. I think the last one we went and saw was Red 1, and before that it was Spider-Man.
Wow.
Yeah, we just don't go all that often, but Accountant, it was really good. I liked Accountant 1. Definitely awesome. But the guessers say it should be nice next weekend.
Fantastic.
I hope so, because I won't be here. I'll be in the tropics, which I don't like, but hey, whatever. I don't care.
Whatever.
I just don't want to be here. So it's always ported, man. It's always ported. It's always ported. But anyways, good evening. Good day, Brad. Hope you had a wonderful week. I finally got the approval from wifey to order the $5,000 worth of JL equipment for my system. Can't wait to get it installed.
Fantastic.
Is it Garmin or JL? Ooh, definitely a hot button topic for the week.
You got to go there.
I mean, everyone's going there. I mean, talk about a brand. It's like, dude, JL still exists in some way, shape, or form. But by folding it into, like for example, like Samsung, it's Harman by Samsung.
Yeah.
It doesn't say, like, you don't have to type in Samsung audio. You don't have to type in any of that. Just you type in JBL, and guess what it does? It takes you to JBL's website. You know, to roll everything in, I think, is what's pissing everybody off. It's like that somebody brought. It's not Patrick Audio.
No,
it's still Rockford Fosgate. It's still Wet Sounds.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these are all still brands. What is the other one? Their house brand.
Regardless, I feel that should be a separate. As a social media that everybody is so into it, you have to leave it alone.
You would think that would be the smart move, right? You know, and another great example of that is this one right here. Hold on. Let me pull this one up here, and we'll just do this. Boom.
Hello.
Right here. There it is. Audio control.
Yeah.
Not only is audio control stayed the same, except all, they actually, except all go away.
And then
save my
preference.
God. You have home audio and you have car audio.
Yeah.
There are two totally different companies now, but they share the website. So if we click on this, we go over here to car audio. Boom. We find all the car audio. We click on the new enclosures. Makes it real easy to find.
Yeah.
And we can scroll down here and go, oh, hey, they have custom enclosures. Look, there's an F-150.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There's one for a Chevy. There's one for a Ram. There's another one for a Chevy. Oh my gosh. I have a Bronco. I have a Wrangler, and I of course have cool loaded enclosures like that. And then I can scroll over here.
What about amplifiers? Do you have amplifiers?
I don't know. That's a great question. If I scroll down here, power amplifiers.
Oh,
let's see what we got. Oh, we have DSP amplifiers. We have high level amplifiers. We have micro amplifiers.
What about that thing that says altitude?
I'm trying, man.
No, it's in the back. You gotta go back.
I gotta go back.
Go, right
wow!
there.
Look at that. There it is. So we have altitude amplifiers.
Boom.
We have an 801. That would be perfect for one of those preloaded subwoofer enclosures. And also, look at that. It has high level built right into it. Ooh, and this is
So you don't need an external
this is
high level
one of the-
input?
No, it's all there. This is one of the things I really like about audio control is that they give you this beautiful layout of their amplifier. So it makes it like there's not a side or feel of
The website is very easy
to use.
to navigate.
And you still type in audiocontrol.com.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's
you don't type
GarminAudio.com.
Stinger.
You know, you can. I mean, Stinger.com.
Yeah, but it's separate. It's in
separate.
there.
Yeah, you can.
It's
can
in
buy
one of those
there.
tabs.
Right.
But if you wanna go and just look for
just like
audio
all
control,
the other brands,
go to audiocontrol.com.
Yeah, check out the Altitude 801.
Wow.
Boom. Especially if you integrate it into a factory radio. It's super
Boom.
easy to do. I know. Boom. Right. Okay. Crazy. But yeah. So there again, we went down a rabbit hole there. I apologize. That just went crazy.
I know.
Good segue though. Wow, that was like a pro.
Fernando,
have you gained weight?
I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, we've been doing this for 10 years. Okay, you've lost hair. I've lost hair. I've been skinnier than this. I've been this. I've been heavier than this. I mean,
feel like
you
I
change.
always stay in like 120 something.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're like. I think the thing is you're just getting old. I mean, you don't look like a kid anymore. Your hairline has moved up. I mean, trust me, we go back and we look at those old videos.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's sad. It's sad.
It's been we're going on 11 years.
No, but you know what?
Years?
I would love to be in 145 pounds.
I don't know what you're talking about. Brad says sealed or ported depending on the application. Sealed tends to be easier to integrate with the mid bass. I think that is part of why IB is so popular for SQ right now. I just think people like destroying their cars.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, but whatever works, it's still the same product.
Still the same product.
We're talking about JL.
Yeah. Still the same product.
Yeah. For now. Yeah, for sure.
Well,
for sure.
It's not gonna change.
It'll change.
No.
Oh, of course it'll change.
No.
It has to change. Well, it is gonna. Okay, so look at it like this. JL developed this line of product that they've had for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's there. The world evolves around it. Okay, so they will have to come
so
out.
they're not gonna change it. They're just gonna.
No, they'll change it. Well, yeah. I mean, everything moves forward. I mean, new products come out. I mean, you know, Garmin is going to
see Garmin changing the whole brand of speakers, amplifiers, and everything.
You make
Garmin amplifiers.
No. It'll always be JL audio.
Yeah.
What's pissing everybody off is that they're enveloping it into this.
They just stamp the Garmin in front of JL.
Yes, and that's what's making everyone mad because it's like just leave it alone. Everyone else has left it alone.
Yeah.
It's like you can go here and it's just fine.
So Garmin, if you are listening, please.
No, keep doing what you're doing. By all means, keep just pissing everybody off. I mean, that's fantastic.
They did it with Fusion.
Sound deadening in the ceiling. Yeah, they did it with. Oh, they totally enveloped Fusion, and Fusion doesn't even exist anymore. Like, it's like, where's Fusion? Who knows? It's like it used to be car audio. It used to be all. It's nothing. It's a radio now.
So if I go right now and search Fusion.com, it pops Garmin.
Well, who knows? Who knows what it was before?
Right.
I mean, it would be Fusion Audio if it was anything, you know. So. Because who knows what Fusion is? There again, why would you even keep it?
Right.
Because it was probably Fusion car audio. So join during the JL discussion. No. We were just talking about how you can't even find it. Just go to GarminAudio.com. It'll be right there. Hey guys, any thoughts on upgrading the JL system in the new Toyota Supra GR? Yeah. Go for it. I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, you can do it. Small speakers, it's all kinds of funness. But yeah, sure. I mean, Toyota JBL systems are not all that exciting. They never have been. So if you can do it, do some research. Best place to head out, as always. Here's the places to look for parts. pack-audio.com. Type in, see if something's out there. This is what we're gonna do. So if you do it, you save us the headache. All right, go ahead. 2015 Gultz Sport Wagon, non-amplified, will use the PAC-T harness. Want to run the Epic 5 amp. Do I need to use an LC. Yes, LC5I. The Epic amplifiers do not have high level to low level input. And if you're using a factory radio, you're going to need high level to low level input. Now, if you just want to save yourself the headache, the easier move would be to just buy the A1005 altitude amplifier because it has the high level to low level built into it. So you could sidestep having to spend the money at an LC5I Pro and just go right into that. Now, if you really have your heart set on that, the Epic amplifier, it is a nice option because you do have the loop output to power up the LC5I. But yeah, either one.
My only question was, I said 2015. Are we not changing the radio?
Why not just put a radio in it?
That's what I'm saying.
I would put a radio in it.
So you don't have to worry about
yes
the LC5I and deal with all that stuff.
I would totally put
a nice radio and
yeah.
just pick any amplifier that you want.
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Yes, I would totally do that. Like 2015 can get a new radio. The next generation products will be what you'll need to look at later. Yeah, more or less.
But I mean, they're going to have a GPS so you can find all your crossover points and all the frequencies that you lose. Garmin is going to help you with that.
You're nuts, man. I don't know. I can't. There you go. Yeah, he has to change his name to I Can't Afford Garmin.
That's pretty good.
Oh, God. Hold on. I got one. Budget and factory options in the factory stereo.
I understand. I totally get it. It's just like in the end, you're still going to need a radio. So for me, I would change the radio first.
Yes.
Get better features, the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, whatever phone that you have.
All right. So here's the argument that we always have, right? Is that you go, okay, what are you trying to do? I'm trying to make my car sound better.
Yeah.
So, well, how does it sound now? Not very good. Okay. So you go, all right. So then the plan is to take a not very good sounding source unit and then amplify that. What are you going to end up with? A louder and outsounding.
It's just going to be the same.
More of the same
just
thing,
louder.
Right?
Yeah.
So the argument would be, I get budget. Budget is the most important thing. But you're also trying to spend money to make it sound better.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe make it sound better first, and then add an amplifier. Because listen, the simple truth, like we were talking about beforehand, money is always the problem. Money is never not the problem. Yeah. But there's something that money
has so many problems.
Yeah, it takes time to make money, correct? So if we have more time, then we can make more money. So you're setting the deadline for when you want this thing to be done by, not it. So if you stretch out your deadline and let's say you give yourself a year to put this stereo in, so you're not as impatient as like myself, or you.
Yeah. You
say, all right, so I want to put a nice radio in it. Then I'm gonna get a 5-channel amplifier. Maybe I'll get new speakers, add my subwoofer. You know, as opposed to like cobbling it together, wasting like I'm going to buy the LC5I first because it's cheaper, so I'll waste that $150 or whatever it costs, $200, and then I'll throw that away, as opposed to just saying, why don't I just get a nice radio first? You know, so there's one of those things. It's how you have to rationalize in your head. The simple thing for me is if you're trying to make something sound better, start with what's going to make the most difference, which is the radio. We call it an infotainment upgrade. I stole that. And you know, yes, it's gonna take care of a bunch of creature comforts such as CarPlay and if you do iData, a bunch of iData features. But then it'll also give you 6-channel preamp output that you can build a really nice system off of and not have to worry about the amplifier in the factory radio doing dumb stuff to your signal, because that's probably an SB factory radio amplifier, which is gonna suck. Because you're gonna need different load resistance for it. So yeah, what you recommend on a stereo that can retain the VW factory radio in? So there again, iData is the harness is the smart module you're gonna want to look for. That's gonna retain all the bells and whistles and backup cameras and stuff like that. Check the backup camera. That's the most important thing because some of the Volkswagens do have weird backup cameras. So always check to make sure that the backup camera is compatible with whatever unit you're going with, whatever interface. So check the interface to make sure it retains it. If not, you may have to get a module. But there again, as far as that goes, you know, Kenwood, JVC, Pioneer, Sony, they all have great radios at great price points that will deliver on what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
So that's really about it. And all of them are iData compatible. So it's just there again, the amount of research you put into finding an amplifier and all these other questions, back up, spend some of that time to find radio with features and interfacing that you'd like, and then you'll be happy. You know, you'll be like, yeah, this is awesome. So patience. Nobody likes patience.
What is that?
Hold on. Somebody said, I'm sorry, Dean. I'm sorry, Dean. Did you say impatient? Isn't your Mustang still stock? How long have you had
it? Yeah.
So when I say I'm impatient, I'm impatient for different things. I'm impatient so like when I have an idea, it's an itch that I have to scratch. Fernando knows this. I have intentionally not thought about my Mustang because I know it would drive me crazy and I would have to do it. Other things just, yeah. So I've learned a different form of patience. I've just ignored it.
Yeah.
It's not patience to just ignore it. If I cannot think about it, then I don't get all worked up about it. But yeah, I mean, dude, trust me, it's going in 2 cars. And every time I go to my car, I'm trying to think about how bad it sounds. But that will change soon. So, right, Brad? Yeah. Anyways, what's up, Axeman? I just got a Stinger Horizon 10 for a deal. I'm looking forward to getting it installed in my Dakota with all the ARC RS speakers. Just have to figure out my center console sub. My local jail audio dealer is bummed on his sale, cannibalizing by previous non-jail dealers who were previously the only Garmin dealers. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things. So yeah, trust me, the frustration with JL is real. We poke fun at it, but as a retailer, we're not JL. We've never done JL. We don't do JL. But we have a lot of friends that are they you know, some friends hate it. They screw those guys, they're ridiculous. They've hated them for years. And other guys, that's how they make a living, is off of JL. And they've changed the way that's doable. One of the mystiques of being JL was you were part of the elite JL people in your group, and not everyone could have JL. And now anyone that sells Garmin can have JL, and it's like, whoa. So you've
premium.
It's like JL has made this aura around itself, and this new company comes along, and the first thing you do is shit all over it. And it's like,
well, you know, to be a JL dealer was a privilege.
Yes, it was.
Right?
Yeah,
and now it's hey.
Yeah. Since we're on the subject of ARC, well, I pulled up Focal, so yeah. I know.
If you need 8 channels plus sub, would you ever, for 2 5-channel amplifiers, or just an 8-channel plus a sub, what would you do?
I'm trying to
find
the right.
Doing?
I don't know.
You're just changing.
There we go.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you for all the sponsors. Bye, guys.
Yeah,
this is the show.
Deuces. No. So the 5-channel plus sub, or the 2 5-channels with an 8-channel DSP. We've done it. We've done it before. One of the big noticeable ones that we did it in Todd Ramsey's car when we did the Tom Ramsey build at Mobile Solutions with Orca.
2 5-channels.
We did 2 Pro 530s with a Aerospace 8 to 12 DSP. So you had a 530, 1 through 4 was powering the tweeters, the mid-range, and then the other one was bridged to the mid-bass. And then there was 2 10-inch subwoofers in there. So the left amp powered one, the right amp powered the other. And then we hid a Pico in there to power the rear doors, and I think the center channel or something, or they powered something else that Herman turned off right away because he was like, yeah, this is dumb. But no, 2 5-channels is listen, it's a great option. It's a great option because you can get 5 channels that are pretty reasonable. But you still need the DSP, right? You still need to figure out a DSP. Now, for me, I don't typically recommend that because I have size. There's always a size requirement. And, like the Blackbird, like the Moscone ones, the Pros, the Picos,
It's all in one.
The Helix, the Audisons. The allure of that is that they're tiny, they're smaller footprint, with the exception of the Pros. Pros are pretty big. But you can get all this power and all this processing in this normal chewable size box.
Yeah.
And it just makes it easier if you don't have the room. Now, if you have room and you're trying to fill stuff up, yeah, 2 5-channels is fantastic.
Yeah.
It looks really cool. It just depends on real estate at the end of the day. But there's nothing wrong with doing 2 5-channel amps. Yeah. I was just talking to Josh, and I said you should do 2 901.5s. You know, and he was like, really? I said, yeah. Well, tweeter. We can do a mid range in the future. Do a 3-way set if you guys ever get them. Yeah. And then we can bridge the. We have 8 channels.
Yeah.
We do it. And then
the DSP that they have, fantastic.
And we'll talk to Fred and get him a DSP for it. Whatever. Yeah, you know what I mean.
No, it's great. I love 5 channels.
This next segment is brought to you by the fine folks at Arc Audio. If you're going to do your 2 5-channel amplifiers and you'd like a DSP to do it, no problem. They have the new 6 to 8 DSP. That's right. It's a affordable option for them. It's streamlined. It just has the essentials like DNA software, which is the same software that we often talk about with the Blackbird, and the little guy right here, the 8 to 12. They also have the 8 to 16.
Yeah.
So if you're looking to go 3 5-channel amplifiers,
more channels
it is.
16 channels.
Or if you just want to go with the Blackbird, which is an 8 to 12 with tons of power, head over to arcaudio.com where they will have the options that you're looking for to make your life better. They also have the X2 5-channel. Just saying, boom. If you want everything to match.
Boom.
Boom. Boom.
What do you think about that?
Any update on direct replacement yet? Still going to probably early available in May. That's the plan. That is right now. That is the plan. We haven't heard anything.
Right.
No one is kind of going out on a limb here and saying anything different.
So
I don't know yet. I mean,
we're hoping.
We'll talk to Josh next week because he's going to be here next Wednesday. Josh will be here from JVC Kenwood.
What time?
We're going to be doing this live sometime between 5 and 6. We'll start.
Okay.
So it's a full Josh show. So we're going to go to his training on Tuesday, which is kind of comical. And then we'll have him here in studio for you guys to beat him up about questions about direct replacement or anything else that you want related to JVC Kenwood. So that'll be next Wednesday night. We'll have him on. So
you can ask him all these questions.
You can ask him then. I won't even have to ask him because you can come on Wednesday and ask him yourself.
Yes.
Boom.
What do you think about that?
What do you think about that?
All right.
He says, my vote is always the Arc Audio Blackbird until it's not.
You good? What's up?
Hi, guys. Using a kicker key as a line driver for my mid bass. Should I use the gain on the key or the mid bass amp or both? I'm a simple guy, so you're gonna optimize the performance by keeping the gain on the amplifiers as low as possible and inputting more signal into them. That's how I would do it. I typically, if I can avoid using an amplifier gain, I'm down. Especially like doing a DSP or something like this that has a line driver in it. To me, that's the idea behind the line driver, is to let it do the work and let the gain stay as low as humanly possible. So as long as the cool little don't go louder lights come on, keep going.
What's up, Scott?
Miss you guys.
I'm glad you're able to tune in, bro.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yes.
I miss you too.
Yes.
Kenwood 6903s fit in a 2024 GMC Canyon. No. The 3.5 is not going to fit. It's the 6902s.
Is it 2 in the top?
It's the 2 in the top. Yeah.
It's not.
I mean, if you want to get crazy and try to find an extra inch somewhere, you might be able to, but it's a drop in for the 2-inch. So, yeah. Any recommendations for stopping a headliner from rattling with bass? It's rattling against the rear window. Huh. Foam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, foam. I mean, what do you do, right? I mean, it's
That's the thing. When you have so much bass,
yeah.
it's
I mean,
just,
even if you it's a friction rub, right? So I mean, it's not even if it's okay. So let's say you take the headliner down, you dynamite the roof, you make the roof more rigid. Okay, cool. It's gonna do it. Depends on how much bass you have. But it's something like a friction rub, where it's just rubbing on the glass and the tour. I mean, you kind of got to really figure it out. A lot of the time, foam is a great option. You just put foam on the window. It's ugly, but if you do it clean enough, you'll be all right and it won't rattle. Another thing that is really nice too that I like to use and we've used in the past is we use Velcro and we use the cloth side of the Velcro, not the hook and loop, but the fuzzy part, because it's wonderful for that. I mean, it's like putting down a layer of carpet. So we use that stuff all the time because we have tons of Velcro here for some reason.
Yeah.
And so I'll literally just keep it in the box and be like, oh, that's gonna rattle, Velcro, and not just throw the hard shit goes in the trash because yeah. And no, I'm not going to the Emma in Salzburg again. That it was trying to go, just couldn't make it work. Too many other things happening. So.
Good afternoon, DNF. Installing my Sony 8100 as we speak. Just starting to wire out the access steering controls.
So when installing a Sony, and this is true for any radio, but specifically a Sony, the first thing you need to do after you turn it on and power it up is go directly into the software section and see what software it has in it. If it says 1 on any Sony, if it says 1 dot blah blah blah, it is not up to date. I have not had an 8100 come in that has been up to date. 2 something is up to date, but definitely you want to check that because an update is very important on these. Like you don't want to run it without doing the software update. It's super easy to do. You do need a USB-C thumb drive. Don't try to use an adapter and update it immediately. Like literally the first thing we do once we put it in is I go and I check, and if it isn't, we did it today on a 4000.
Yeah.
So that's what you got to do. Hardcore, bro.
Hardcore.
HushMat Quiet Tape. There's another one to check out. Check out the HushMat Quiet Tape. Haven't used it, but I'll add it to my thing. Making good prefab marine boxes. Not like, no. I will say I know there are a couple marine boxes out there that already have woofers in them. So like Memphis has theirs, which is fantastic. Downfiring, full plastic, made to go marine.
What about
doesn't JL? Didn't they just come out with a new one? Kicker just came out with theirs. Came out with their marine box. Oh no, dude, the new Kicker one, we saw it the other day. They have a full marine enclosure with 2 woofers in it. That's really nice. So yeah, but I haven't seen any like.
Will you use one of the side-by-side type of style on a boat? It comes in an enclosure.
I would honestly, the one that Memphis makes is fantastic. It looks like a cooler. I mean, you could literally probably hollow out a cooler and put it on top of it if you wanted. But that box, dude, that thing was insane. They had it at Knowledge Fest, and then they had it again in Canada. And I was like, bro, play this thing for me. This thing is crazy. I have a Bose system. It happens. I'd like to add a sub. Best place to add the line down Bose amp or Bose subwoofer. So this is going to depend 100% on the car that you're attaching it to. Okay, so each one is a little different. It depends on what frequency the subwoofer is putting out. It also depends on the car and whether the car has fake engine noise. So like it's probably a GM because GM uses a lot of that. Uses a lot of Bose still, and they're the only ones. But you're going to have to find out, first off, do they make an ANC bypass for it, which some of them do. Like PAC has a harness, depending on the year, that will plug in and give you, like, it plugs it in the kick where the radio brain is. And when you plug it in, it bypasses the ANC module. We just did a 2025 that we couldn't put a subwoofer in because it was bass audio. And the bass audio, there's no way to bypass the ANC, which means fake engine growl, noise canceling. So it was like, we're like, you can't do it. You can either upgrade the whole stereo, which you didn't want to do because it actually had a non-labeled amplifier in the back. It was pretty crazy. So it happens. It happens.
It happens.
What the heck is that? Go ahead.
I finally upgrade the 10 L7T with a 10-inch power slim.
Oh, very
Great
nice.
improvement. More
Ah.
solid bass with good SQ. Fantastic.
I mean, that's what you like.
That's what you like. That's good.
Oh, here's another one. That's a good one. Underhood sound deadener can work with headliner for rattles. Yeah. Actually, years ago,
Oh, there you go.
I used I went to Home Depot and I bought ductwork insulation repair kit. So it was foam that had, I did it for heat because it was in my Dodge Ram and it was just so hot. So I took the headliner down and I put this insulation that I got from Home Depot in, because back then there wasn't a ton of all this cool stuff like underhood and crap like that. So it had a thermal barrier along with the foam. Dude, it totally changed how hot the inside of my car got. It was fantastic. I was thinking about doing it in the convertible. How do the match series amps compare with the premium brand mates? They're not. The match is a tool. It's a solution. It's a small, compact, simple way to do something. Okay. There's a reason why they make the Helix brand. It's going to be more powerful. It's going to be more rugged. It's definitely more powerful.
I feel they use more the match as factory replacements because they have
basic upgrades.
They have the T harnesses, the plugs for the BMWs and Mercedes and everything that you can just grab that match, plug your T harness, and boom, you don't have to do anything.
Yeah. Well, you have to download a tune, but yeah, it's what it is. It's a factory upgrade, basic factory upgrade. You know, they're small, they're compact. It's all kinds of simple like that. But yeah, if you're looking, I mean, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with the stuff. You team it up with the amp with the speakers, you get an amazing sound. But if you go to Audio Tech Fisher's webpage, they have a new system builder that you can type in your car and it'll give you options. So like one of them is a match option, then you get a Helix option, you get a Brax option, you get the i1s or i3s, i5s. So you can build a whole system that way, which makes things really kind of nice. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
System. Have you guys put a system inside of the new 25 Toyota Sienna Honda? Okay, two different cars here. Toyota Sienna Honda Odyssey vans. What is your dream up? Rear sound too, because no, we see almost no vans. Like
what was vans. The one that you this lady had? Utopias.
That was an old Honda Odyssey. That was old though, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she that was old.
Yeah. But she had Utopias.
She did have Utopias, and we put a Pro 830 in it.
Yeah.
System with fiber optic is difficult to integrate an external audio source. So Nav TV and MoBridge typically will build systems to integrate into the fiber optic stuff. So depending on, your make and model, MoBridge or Nav TV, which are now the same companies, are typically the people that make interfaces for stuff like this. So that's where you check. So as long as they're an interface, no, it's actually one of the easier ones because you literally just unplug it, plug it in the new one, and you get audio. It's like, wow, this is easy. So pretty cool. You're yelling. It's not cool. Dude, we get no expeditions. They don't exist here. Like, and if it's a BO system, that's just a regular F-150 BO style. It just unplugs, plugs in. PAC makes one. Nav TV makes one. If it's 2025, Nav TV has their new interface for it.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
and at that point, would you?
It's literally just pull the factory amp out, plug it in.
Any speakers, yeah.
It's that hard.
Oh, we could do one.
I mean, yeah, but we just do. I've never seen an expedition.
Never see an expedition anymore. No.
Good afternoon, Marty.
What's up, Marty?
How you doing? How are things going? This next section is brought to you by the fine folks at folkhealth-america.com. If you're looking for an amazing speaker upgrade, talked to a guy today, came in, just got his brand new Nissan Pathfinder. We were talking about some upgrade to make it tick, 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 and boom, boom, boom. And showed him the flax. He's like, ooh, these look impressive. This might be what we're looking for. Put him together a full flax system. Just got done doing the flax system in the RV on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah.
He was like, oh my God, like we did a Jeep for him also, go figure. He's like, this sounds so much better than my Jeep. And I was like, yes, it does. You didn't do flax in your Jeep. So
that was pretty good.
Things are going well. Well, that is fantastic. Glad to hear it. I was giving you a hard time. It's okay. The wiring after the amp, I can't find. So here's the thing on that. Go to pack-audio.com. Okay, pack-audio.com, and the instruction manual for their piece is there, and they'll have they list most of the cars and where the speaker wires are at. The interface modules for those vehicles come with the harnesses, so you don't have to find the speaker wires. So there's only two places that their wiring is going to be at. It's either at the amplifier or it's at the radio brain. That's it. So like in the Unleashed system for the F-150s, the rear speakers and the dash or tweeters in the center are up at the radio. Everything else is back at the amplifier. On the tweeters are up at the radio. So Ford will use a combination, but there's only two places it'll be, either at the amplifier or at the radio brain. That's it. So they've made life fun. So if it's an Expedition, it probably follows suit with the big body trucks. So half of the speakers are going to be at the radio and the other half are going to be at the amplifier. But the pack interface, the Amp Pro for that comes with everything you need. But you can go to their website and take a look at their instruction manual. Do you guys install systems in RVs? No, we don't. Not at all. No, this was a special one-time deal. The gentleman that owned the car, we've done 4 of his cars already, I think, or 2 of his cars at least. I don't know. We've done a bunch of his cars, as he reminded me. And he literally came and picked up the thing every night, drove it an hour home and an hour back in the morning. He left his car here at nighttime. He really wanted us to do it. I absolutely hated it.
He didn't want any other shop to touch their car. So we just don't. But the other problem is that like we just don't have the room. Like the whole week we were on pins and needles because trying to get things around it, because we have full size trucks that come back here. And that's one of the problems.
It's like, holy crap. And this was just a Sprinter. And there was times where it was like, oh God, don't hit it. And it's like, it's terrible. Yeah. So I just,
it's not terrible. It's fantastic.
Oh, it's so good. We do a lot of Jeeps. We do. I just put a full set of Focal Inside VWs. In my son's Golf. Use slow rings.
Super impressed.
Was super impressed with the amount of bass from the 5.5 as well as the overall performance. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So there we go. Focal Inside all the way.
There you go.
Get them now while you can. I've watched hours of your content. Thank you for all you do. Oh, no, you're welcome.
Thank you.
RVs suck. Last one I did was for West Coast R&B artist Stevie B. Oh, God. Stevie B. Love that.
Stevie B?
Yeah. We played that one day. Every wire was white. Crazy. Luckily for this was literally just front stage. That was it. So for the most part, it was just a Sprinter front end. We didn't go into the back or do any.
Yeah, there was no craziness.
There was no RV integration at all. It was literally just speakers, amps off of the radio. We didn't do RV type crap. No. We covered this one earlier in the show.
Yeah.
Yep. So, so we don't do like RV audio and like all these crazy screw that. I have a 2019 Mazda CX-3 with Bose. I'd like to add a powered subwoofer. I'm keeping the stock radio. Where should I tap line down? Okay, factory amp or okay. So if Bose sub crossed over is yes. Okay, so the Bose sub is crossed over. It doesn't matter whether you get it at the amp or the subwoofer. It's the same wire. If you're going to disconnect the Bose
factory
subwoofer, then you're going to have to use a load resistor or an interface or an integration piece that has a load resistor built into it. If you just tap into the factory subwoofer, then you won't need that. You do need to measure the output voltage from the amplifier to the speaker, simply done by playing a 40, 50, 60, 70, all of those test tone, and seeing how much voltage you have, AC. So max volume, you turn it up, you want to make sure it's under 10 volts or 11 volts. If it's over 10 or 11 volts, most amplifiers are going to need an external high level to low load adapter, except for Kicker. Kicker, you won't need that. So you could get like an LX 850.1 with aftershock. That would be fantastic. I would totally recommend it for that. But yeah, you could tap in at the speaker. You would still need a load resistor if you plan on disconnecting it though. What do you guys suggest for first gen Titan sub or replace the OE? So the sub is underneath the driver's seat. I think you could fit. I think you actually have a decent amount of room. I don't know if you've ever done it, but I'm pretty sure the Rockford P300 8 can fit where the factory sub goes underneath the. That's actually a ported 8-inch amplified subwoofer. It's pretty nice. I don't know if I've ever tried to do it. I usually go underneath the back seat. My biggest concern with that vehicle is the fact that if it's a first gen Titan, the dash is going to shatter into a million pieces. Like that car did not do well. The whole thing around it. If it's not broke now, it's fantastic. But putting a new radio in it will probably break it. So that would be my only fear, is the dash falling apart as we did it. But if you're just thinking of replacing the factory sub, you might want to check out like the Rockford P308, because it comes in an enclosure. It's all set and ready to go. It's amplified, the whole 9 yards. How many watts would you recommend for a 2824 Honda Accord EX for a total system with stock electric plus big three? Okay, it's a Honda. You just need a ground wire. You don't need to do big three. Just replace the ground wire. It's not a big deal. Big three is just literally take the 8 gauge off, put it with a piece of 0 gauge, and you're done. Everything else is fine. So with the Honda Accord, the first question is, I don't know how much wattage you want. I don't know what you want to do. But the question is it a premium audio or non-premium audio? If it's a non-premium audio, meaning it just got the 6 speakers, 2 tweeter, mid, rear speakers, fantastic. No sub, no center. It's an easy upgrade as far as that goes. High level, use a pack harness, T-harness behind it, go into some form of DSP, rock out. Okay, 6.5 components, 6.5 coaxials in the rear. There again, I don't know how much power you want. You can do a Blackbird. You could do, there's a million amplifiers. It just depends. Like, somebody says how much watt. I want to put 10K in there. It's like, what? Yeah. Okay, cool. I want to put louds. I don't know. It's a crazy thing. Now, if it's a premium audio system, that changes the whole thing. Because now we have a center channel, we have an active front stage, we have an active rear stage. There's 10 channels of audio coming that we have to integrate into. So now we need 10 channels of aftermarket amplification, or at least 7. So that's going to be different because we have to integrate in the sub, the center channel, the front tweeters, the front mid bass. We don't necessarily need the rear. We can just take those out of the front. But that's at least 6 channels of discrete input that we have to deal with. And from there, how many channels do we want to play with? So it just depends. There's a lot to do.
Hello, si llamas a la tienda, Paul te puede vender el kit RP4 GM31. So sí, el lunes.
Yeah. Look at Fag, man. He's on point. I'm changing it just as he's popping in.
I know.
Thanks, guys. You're welcome. Where do I find an update for the 8081? Obviously, Sony's website.
Yes.
Can I update it through my phone using USB cable or from a tablet? No. The easiest way to do it is, like I said, get
USB-C.
USB-C thumb drive. Run up to the,
Format it, make sure nothing is there.
Run up to the store, grab one of those, pop it in, order it off Amazon, whatever. I have some SanDisk that we use. Type in Sony 8100 update in the Googles, and it'll take you right to it.
Yeah.
But yes, you definitely. It has wireless update. Good luck. I've never been able to get it to work. You might be able to. I can't. I don't know why. But no. Yeah. I don't even know why they bothered to put that. I think they do that just to drive us crazy. Hey, this next segment is brought to you by the fine folks at Moscone-America.com. We've been talking a lot about DSPs and amplifiers in this show. And, of course, earlier we mentioned this guy right here, the Moscone 1 Series. This is the middle child, as they like to say, just like myself. However, we have the Picos, which are the tiny, efficient, so cute little amplifiers with DSP that if you're worried about voltage consumption, but you want the optimum performance and value, you can check out the Picos. They have a micro 1000-watt amplifier that's so tiny and small and powerful. And they have the 8 to 10. They have the 4 to 8. They have the 6 to 10. All of them are SB compliant. We talked about the Volkswagen earlier that has an SB amplifier in it. All of these amplifiers are SB. That means they're great for Broncos, non-BO Broncos, where you want to integrate and make sure that the sound doesn't go crazy past 15. Picos all day long. The ones and the pros will do it also, but we're not going to go there. Check them out at Moscone-America.com and see if they'll fit into your next installation. Thoughts on the SMD amplifiers? I love them. I think they're fantastic. Don't get me wrong. It's not my speed. They're big. They're bulky. Not really what we do here, but I totally love them. I told Steve, I saw him at SEMA. I said, I love these amplifiers. I think they did a great job capturing you as an amplifier. It's on my list of things. I talked to the DS18 guys. They're like, dude, just send us an email. I'd love to get one. I want to put it on the wall somewhere here and just have it light up and do its lighty ball thing because it's so sexy. But no, I think they're cool. What the market they're in, it's badass. So I like lights. I don't like putting them in, but I like lights. 6903 is with 4-channel amp. Would you do speaker per channel, 50x4 active, or bridge amp 150x2 and run passives for more power? All right. This is a great question. It's a great topic. So here's the deal. You're still going to use the passive crossovers because most 4-channel amplifiers don't have the crossover points that we're looking for the 3.5. Like the 3.5 needs to be up around 350, 12 dB. Most 4-channel amplifiers top off somewhere in the 250 range, which isn't high enough. So you're still going to put the capacitor on the dash 3.5. Now, when you say 150 watts bridged, you probably won't get 150 watts bridge out of the amplifier because if it's a 4x50, bridging to 3 times the amount of power is typically not possible. It's not. Yeah, because it's way more power than it's capable of doing.
Yeah.
Regardless of that, the 50 watts by 4 or 70 watts by 4 or 80 watts by 4, whatever 4-channel you have, I much prefer to go 4-channel active. And the reason for that has nothing to do with how loud I want it to be and how good I want it to sound. Because one of the things that you have to keep in mind is, sure, it's great to have everything going, but if you have a 3.5 and a 6x9, both playing at the same level, the problem you're going to run into is that 3.5 is way more efficient. It's closer to your face. And what will happen is you will never hear the 6x9 because this will just be blasting you out of the car. So all that luscious mid bass that you're hoping to get won't be there. It's there. It's just being drowned out by the more efficient, close to your face speaker, the 3.5. So the best move and what we do every time is that we will go active so that we can level match the 3.5 in the dash, the 6x9 in the door, and adjust the two so that we get a nice combination of throaty, deep mid-range as well as crisp, clear highs, and that it's a nice balanced application as opposed to just launching you into the backseat of the car with sound. So if that is appealing, then go 4-channel. If the other, sound grenade, then go that way. But those are the arguments. They're sexy, but they're still big. Oh, they're way big. That's why I said they're not my speed. We don't want any big stuff like that. But Hey, it's cool as hell.
Yes.
What speakers I can like something and still want to put it in a customer's car. Okay, I'm like that. I'm evolved. What speaker will you put in a Canyon? I don't see many 2 3/4 speakers out there. Looked at Focal and don't see any that fit. So what you're looking for is a middler. All right, and there's a bunch of companies that actually make them. Morel makes one. Helix makes like 4.
Well, right now,
Blam makes one. Kenwood makes the C2.
The Sigma, I think that the new line, Mosconi, they just came out. No,
Theirs is a mid range.
Lady.
It's a mid range. It's not a middler. It's made to be played with the tweeter.
Yeah.
I mean, you could, but I wouldn't. The kicker. I'm sorry. The kicker has one. Kicker has the RS 2-inch. Arc has the new AS 2 3/4 middler. It can be used as a middler. I'd still not. But we've tested a whole bunch of them. Blam has one. Who else?
They have them.
So everyone has one. But seriously, the 6902s
For the price,
performance-wise, kick all their asses. We have the
Audio Pro has them. Yes.
Yeah.
So I think everybody has one.
Everybody has one.
We have one.
I don't have one.
No,
I don't. I don't like middlers.
Not everyone.
I would still try to find a place to put a tweeter. Bro, that tweeter, you know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Dude, that thing's going to be awesome. But we're going to put that thing anywhere. That thing's going to be, oh my God. Dude, it was like, oh, so sexy. Can't talk about it.
Yeah, just tell them.
No, we're not supposed to. That's literally the one thing, like, don't talk about that.
So it's like, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus, it's going to be cool.
It's going to be cool.
Focal or Morels for front two-way Chevy Colorado, around $500 for the speakers. So, all right, this is the question we get asked all the time. Focal versus Morel, Focal versus Morel, blah, 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 blah. Okay, volume-wise, they're the same. It really comes down to hard dome tweeter, soft dome tweeter. That's what it is. You know, Focal is a hard dome tweeter, Morel's a soft dome tweeter. Some people like hard dome tweeters. A lot of people like hard dome tweeters because they like, that's their definition. It's clear.
It's just loud.
You know, it's like, it's crisp.
That's crisp.
Yeah, it's crispy. Whereas a soft dome tweeter is equally as loud. It's just there's that little there's like 10% more crispness on a hard dome than there is on a soft dome, and that 10% is what really separates the men from the boys, or the people that don't like crisp versus liking crisp. So I don't know. It's like cereal that's been soaked in the milk for like 3 minutes. It's not as crispy. Just as loud though, just as flavorful, just as enjoyable.
It sounds good. It's like, in the end of the day, it's preference.
Yeah, it just comes down to that. So I always like to say party, you know, rocks, you know, bar, party, jazz club.
All right, so we get the point now. Under $300.
No,
under $500.
They both have speakers under $500.
Yes.
They both do. So you know, you could look at the Slate Fibers, or you could look at the Morel.
The new Maximos?
No, Maximo Ultra. No, you could probably go Tempo Ultras for $500. You can get into Tempos for sure. Yeah, definitely go with Tempos.
Okay.
But I will tell you this: hurry if you're planning on being under $500, because the under $500 speaker, as of May 1st, and once inventory goes, it's going to be gone. They're not going to exist anymore. That entry level price speaker is going bye-bye. As long as these tariffs hold.
Addison just released one.
Yes, they did.
Thank
you. There you go.
Saludos, Ruben.
Yeah. So some of the new pricings on the entry level stuff that is made in China.
What?
Yeah, Rocket Man, China.
No way.
Is the pricing is just going to be like astro-frickin-nomical, like almost silly, for sure. Hit that like button for today's show. There you go. Hit it. Tap.
Ernesto, say hi. Ernesto, say hi.
Hi, Ernesto. What's going on? He did a good job.
Oh, he did a fantastic job.
He did a good job.
Yes.
Really
Somebody asked me, hey, like, what are you thinking? I'm like, dude, I love that.
Ernesto.
It was clean.
Ernesto, I liked Ernesto's.
It's simple.
I didn't vote. Obviously, as the host.
I didn't vote.
I'm sorry. We're talking
vote.
about the Clean Wire
Challenge.
Clean Wire Challenge. Obviously, we have our favorites, but we can't vote because that wouldn't be fair. It's our event, so we just look at things.
Why are you talking like that?
Because
it was fantastic.
It's a big fish. I caught a big fish. You caught a little fish. My fish is always the biggest fish. Your fish are tiny and small and limp. I catch big fish.
That's Eduardo all the time.
So I catch the big fish. You catch the little fish, and that's it. Anyway,
so Ernesto did fantastic on the clean wire challenge.
And Eduardo just stinks. She's just not even worth the time of day to answer that question. Driving across Montana at the moment. Be Friday. See you Tuesday the 6th.
You guys like barbecue?
No.
Right away, just like, I brought you barbecue, bro.
I know. I'm joking. Everybody likes barbecue. Yes. Unless it's meat, unless it's a cow. I don't do pork. I don't do beef. So
see you on Tuesday.
Yes. What is Tuesday?
The 6th.
Oh, okay.
Say it's right there.
Oh yeah, I'll be here. Damn it.
Yeah, man, slow down. You're gonna be gone Thursday.
I just want to be gone. Dude, trust me.
Thursday.
Don't worry, we'll be here Monday. We got a full week for you coming up. Full week for you guys coming up. Wednesday, we're going to do the Monday show as planned, as always. Answer your questions. You guys will make it through the weekend. You'll have more questions for us. We'll do the Monday show. Wednesday, we'll have Josh from JVC Kenwood on thank you so much, Frank.
Thank you, Frank.
We'll have Josh from JVC Kenwood on to talk about any questions you have. Who makes Teen Honors 2000? pack-audio.com. pack-audio.com. Where? pack-audio.com.
Right there.
Right, take a screenshot right now. pack-audio.com. That's the list. Type in make, model, and year, and there you go. Don't forget about the IRTAs, tariffs. We have no tariffs on the IRTAs because we got them long before tariffs exist.
So buy it now.
The most useful tool in your tool bag, for sure. The most useful tool. It's 90% of the problems you guys have is not being able to correctly see the signal. That is the sound. The sounds. You always ask silly things about sounds. The IRTA2 is an electrical 2-channel RTA. Plugs into your USB-C device. You download an app to either Google or Apple, and you can play pink noise, test tones, whatever you want. You can see what the heck is going on. You can find it at DNF Tool Drawer. There's videos there to show what we're talking about. Watch them, and then you're going to want to buy one.
That's right, because you don't need Garmin to find that frequency that is lost. So just buy an IRTA2, and you set. So
listen, I'm a pack guy. I've used it does okay. When you're asking about a 2020 GMC Yukon Bose system, if you're going to do an aftermarket DSP, get the pack. If you're not going to do a DSP, get the Access because it has the DSP built into it. You're going to need a DSP, okay? So the nice thing about the Access piece is it has a DSP, basic DSP. You can get the light, at least give you something to fix it.
If
you're going to go full DSP, like you're going, no, I'm going DSP, get the pack, do Toslink out in your DSP. Yeah. Anyways, that's the show. We got a big full week for you next week, which is hilarious because I just want to get the hell out of here. So everybody needs DSP.
That is true.
Yeah, I feel like that's a song. I'd like to thank you guys for asking great questions. I hope you had a great time. I hope you felt the hour that you spent with us was worth it on this wonderful Saturday. I'd also like to thank our sponsors, audiocontrol.com, arcaudio.com, focal.com, and Moscone Gladen. You can find those with .coms on the end of each one of those. Dash America is always helpful for Focal and Moscone, dashamerica.coms. We'll be back here Monday. Instagram is always a great place to ask questions. We had a great Instagram feed, which you'll get to see. If you didn't catch it this week, don't worry. It'll be up Monday. It'll be Monday. It'll be this Monday because my fish are big. Your fish are small.
Not next Monday, this Monday.
This Monday, we'll have it up for you to watch.
Not next Monday.
Boom.
Everything's going to be great.
Everything is going to be great. Don't worry, we have a plan.
Josh is going to be here. Okay, just.
I got nothing.
All right, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Have a great and safe time, and we'll catch you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Fade to black.